Hi, friends. At no other time of the year do we have the chance to feel the love of Jesus like we do during Holy Week. Holy Week began yesterday with Christ resurrecting his friend Lazarus from the dead. Lazarus was a good friend of Jesus, like we're good friends of Jesus. And I want you to think about this. If Jesus can raise his friend Lazarus from the dead, he can do the same for us. I'd like you to listen to the story of the raising of Lazarus. Here's an icon that you can see. And if you look carefully, you'll see that Lazarus is right here coming out of the tomb. Jesus is calling him with his hand, Lazarus, arise. And then over here are Lazarus' sisters, Mary and Martha. They're so happy to see their brother. This man in the icon over here is covering his nose because he was a little smelly, Lazarus was, when he came out of the tomb. Let's listen to the story now. Jesus loved Mary, Martha, and their brother Lazarus. When Lazarus became very ill, his sisters sent a message to Jesus saying, "Lord, your good friend is sick." When Jesus heard this message, he said, "The sickness will not bring death. The glory of God will be seen instead." 2 days later, Jesus decided to return to Bethany where Martha, Mary, and Lazarus lived. Lazarus had not gotten better, and in fact, he died and had been in his grave for 4 days. Many friends had come to comfort Martha and Mary, and when Martha heard that Jesus was coming, she went to meet him, while Mary stayed at home. Then Martha said to Jesus, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But I know that even now God will give you anything you ask." And then Jesus replied to her, "Your brother will live again." Martha said to him, "I know that he will be raised when all the rest of the dead are raised." Then Jesus said to her, "I am the resurrection and the life. Everyone who has faith in me will live and never die. Do you believe this?" "Yes, Lord, I believe that you are the Savior whom God has promised." "You are the Son of God," Martha answered to him. Martha went back home and told Mary that Jesus had come. Mary got up and went to meet him, and all her friends went with her too. You can see all the friends in the icon that all went to see Jesus. When Mary saw Jesus, she knelt at his feet saying, "Oh Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." Here's another icon that you can look at. Another picture of the raising of Lazarus. When Jesus saw her crying, he became very sad too. "Where did you put him?" So they took Jesus to the place. It was a cave with a huge stone against the entrance. And then Jesus started crying too. He was sad his friend had passed away. And then he said, "Roll away the stone." And Jesus lifted his eyes to heaven and prayed, "Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I know that you always hear me. But I have said this so that everybody here will believe that you have sent me." Then he said with a very loud voice, "Lazarus, come out." And out came Lazarus. His feet and hands were wrapped tightly with strips of cloth, and a cloth covered his face. And when they laid him in the cave, he looked just like that. "Untie him and let him go," Jesus said. Many people saw what Jesus did, and because of this, they believed in him. We too need to believe in Jesus. We need to look upon his face just like Lazarus looked upon the face of Jesus when he came out of the tomb. I hope you enjoyed the story of the raising of Lazarus. I'll be back with the story of Palm Sunday.